Um, okay, so I had a lucid dream a while back where I could feel that I was actually in my bed, but at the same time, I was aware that um, I was in this other world where I felt lots of beings. Some of them I felt were completely non-physically focused, and some of the beings there I felt had bodies to return to uh, after participating in this shared experience. Um, I saw a giant metal beam structure that was being built in the sky. It looked like a solid metal framework, and it seemed to levitate in the sky, and you could access it with a ladder. When I climbed the ladder, I noticed there was many groups from many nations, and all of these groups were together building the structure. For example, I recognized a Chinese lady and an Arabic child, and even though I recognized they spoke different languages, we can openly communicate through thought. So my question is, do you recognize what I'm talking about, or was my experience simply imaginary?
No, your experience was beyond what you would consider imaginary. Your experience was real. The perception of the metal framework is your way of interpreting this into your physical experience. What was experienced was beyond your capacity for your mind. Your mind needed a framework to anchor it for you. Your spirit understands the fullness of it. Your physical needs to anchor it in something recognizable. This is part of the reason that physical beings who have what you would call near-death experiences, who leave their physical body and then return to their physical body, why they have different perspectives, different types of experiences that they relate after they come back into their physical body, because their memories and knowings of being purely spirit have been reinterpreted back through their physical. And so they have their individual physical perspective points that anchor these memories into their physical being.
So is there one big project that is being worked on
Yes.
behind the scenes?
Yes. There is a big project being worked on by the pluralness as we come forth in a variety of physical extensions. We come forth into physical extensions on planet Earth. We come forth into physical extensions on many other planets and many other spaces that would not necessarily resemble planets to you. We are coming forth in many ways, and there is a great desire for expansion. There is great fun in playing with this and moving toward more connection, toward more understanding in your physical extension of your plurality of self.
What I've been experiencing the past week is I remember this near-death experience I had when I was 16. And whereas before I was confused, I think I see now what I have to do. And I have this confidence which I didn't have before. And
Yes.
I think it's time. where I see many people who have had a similar experience to mine, and it's like we're all coming forward right now, and we're starting to share our stories and trying to help others remember.
Yes.
And so I see this goal, and it's really driving me forward. It's what I really want to do now, and that's help people remember.
Yes. The remembering is beautiful. The remembering is expansive. When you can help trigger a remembering in another physical being, the expansion, it's exponential. It is a combustion point when you can trigger the remembering in someone else, when you can help be that trigger. And it is a part of the bigger project. Remembering by more, being one, less resistance. Yes, and we also want to say to you, you mentioned what you have to do, and we want you to recognize that there is no have to do. There is choice, there is joy, there is playfulness. And when you do what feels good, you are in alignment. And what you are doing is feeling good.
It just feels like my highest joy.
Yes, yes. And that is what we want you, that is the way we want you to understand it. It is your highest joy. It is not something you have to do, but experiencing your highest joy, to allow others to understand that that is what it's about, experiencing joy. It is not about holding themselves back from that.
Right.
You can share this message well.
It's good to know. So I noticed that some people have had one of these awakening experiences, but it's like they can't make sense of it because they don't have the right words, or they just don't have the right concepts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like even after they have this awakening experience, they fall back into like a place where they doubt, maybe, well, not really fall back, but it's like they begin to doubt themselves, and
Yes.
then they return to this place where they're suffering again.
Yes,
So
very
it's
true.
like I feel like I'm aligning with the ones who had the awakening experience, and I'm just there to help clarify what's going on in their experience. But I don't feel like I can trigger something like a remembering experience if they haven't like already experienced that.
When you stay in your highest joy, when you stay in your pure knowing of the possibilities, then those who are closest to understanding it, those who are at the point where they can easily be triggered, will be drawn to you. But no, those who are not close, who are choosing to place their focus back in the heavy beliefs that they created previously, they are not a match for you when you are in your highest joy. But though there are those who are on their way to where you are, and you can serve as a beacon of light for them.
Right.
Yes, when you radiate your highest joy, it radiates out where others can be drawn to it.
Right.